going down, my Doctor Who people? Simon back with another video. This is my review of episode 6 of Doctor Who Flux season, The Vanquishers. You're going to have to bear with me because I've got a lot of notes here. There's a lot to talk about in this one. Obviously, it was the season finale. Also, if you hear some weird sounds, there is a cat behind me. Do we get to move? It doesn't move. Okay. Yeah, I'm going off subject just because my brain can't handle what just happened. So much stuff happened in that episode. There was so much going on. I just want to say off the bat, I hated it. It was terrible. But let's get into the reasons why I think that this was... I'm not going to do my good and bad thing because I'm not sure there was anything good about that episode at all. And I really have, if you watch my videos, given all of the episodes in this a sort of a fair review. There's some of them I've actually quite liked, and some of them I really haven't liked. And the last one and this one have been, wow, horrendous writing. But let's get into the story and not the story, which is into the explanation of what happened. I can't. My brain is going. My brain's on fire right now. So let's delve into my notes and go through the episode. So yeah, what happened at the beginning of the episode? Because I was watching it and Sontarans came in through the doors of the tunnels like they did last time, and then all of a sudden they were sort of hit on the back of their head by some sort of blue stuff. Can anyone explain that? I mean, it was terrible, so let's not go into it too much. There was some weird editing in this as well. I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but whenever the Doctor spoke, there was like 3 different camera changes from like 3 different angles whenever she spoke to people. It was really weird because already, I've spoken on this channel, she's already too much of like a twitchy, quickly turny roundy Doctor. You don't need hard camera cuts as well, making it even worse. Just doesn't need to happen. But I saw that was happening all the way through the episode. But I really noticed it when she met up with everyone in the tunnels for the first time, and she kept on seeing people that oh yeah, oh yes, oh Dan, and the cuts were just really hard. It was horrible. So Swarm and Azure, they were pointless. An entire season of them making empty threats, and at the end, when everything came to fruition, they done absolutely nothing. Literally nothing. It was terrible. They were completely pointless. They didn't have to be there at all. You could have taken them out of the whole season and had it happen almost exactly the same way. Absolutely pointless characters, so they're gone, so who cares? We don't have to talk about them anymore. The Doctor crashing the ship into the Sontaran shield, that was stupid. Did she know there was going to be a shield? Her comment after made it look like she didn't know they were going to have a shield. So she was just going to crash the ship into the floor or into their ship and blow everyone up. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Just go over it. You know what I mean? No one cares anymore. I mean, I don't know. Chibnall's writing all these scripts with crayons anyway. I don't think the BBC even read them anymore. They just go, Doctor Who. Well, no one watches it. So, yeah, put it on TV. Who cares? A synaptic device that would kill Carvanista if he told the Doctor about her past. I mean, what a terrible, terrible, divisive way of not having a character give us any backstory or anything to do with the Timeless Child or any of the other Doctors at all. Absolute twaddle and a really rubbish way to not get any dialogue or any explanation of what happened. They're just patching over stuff now. That was, honestly, if you really liked this, I would love to know why you really liked this episode, because there was so much happening and so many stupid, divisive bits of the plot to cover up the giant gaping holes in it. They made absolutely no sense. And even characters in this series that I've really liked, like Vinda and Belle and Dan, have in the last 2 episodes, you may well as not have had them there. Literally, they've done absolutely nothing. Terrible. What else have we got on the list? Yeah, when Carvanista's race died, they were trying to make it really epic. Now the guy who's acting as Carvanista is actually good. I feel like Weirdly, they actually get a lot of expression on his face, even though he's covered by obviously quite a lot of stuff like the mask and the makeup and everything. But he's good. You can kind of feel his emotion for it. But I didn't have any emotion towards his race of people because we never got to know them. Please tell me if I'm wrong. If there was another series where we got to know them, or obviously the last one was the only one I didn't watch, but I didn't get to know them. All we knew was they were protecting people and they were Earth protectors and they had their ships around the Earth. That was literally as far as we knew about them. And we knew him for a few episodes. His race of people die and we're supposed to be really sad about that. They were off screen. I can't. I'm going to kill John. Who's John? I don't know, but feel sorry for him. Because I'm telling you to feel sorry for him because the music is now sad. Oh, horrendous. The Doctor actually has the line. She actually has a line in this episode where she says, "Too many questions." And I laughed a lot at this episode. And not because it was funny. I laughed at that line because I thought that is exactly what everyone is thinking. As Christian Ball was writing this, it must have filtered through his mind and actually gone into his pen. And it's his subconscious telling him that you are writing rubbish. Too many questions. He actually made the Doctor say it. That's how terrible this is. So yeah, the Lipari shield, and please tell me in the comments if I'm wrong about this. The Lipari shield went around Earth. So how did it all of a sudden get so big that it could engulf the entire Dalek and Cybermen and Sontaran fleet? Please someone tell me if I'm wrong about that. Did it? I want to put. I should put in that Alan Partridge meme. It's an extender because where did all the rest of the ships come from? Did they all of a sudden? I don't know. I'm not going to go back and watch it because it was terrible. So if you know the answer to that, tell me in the comments. If you don't, I guess we'll never find out. One of those sorts of things. The passenger hoovering up the flux actually made me. I was cracking up. I was literally laughing my off. It was hilarious. What? Because inside is infant. Oh God, terrible. Just the image of doing it. It was horrendous. Really bad, this episode. I'm not sure I've watched a Doctor Who episode this bad. This episode might be even worse than Kill the Moon. And that's where the moon was an egg. The moon was an egg in that episode. And this might be worse. Please help me. I feel like from the first from the first review to this review, I can't. My brain can't function with these things. Literally, my girlfriend was sitting there and we've watched almost the whole series together. She didn't understand for 1 minute of this episode what was happening. And then I said, babe, I honestly have no idea what's happening right now. I don't know. I just try and figure all this stuff out. Oh my God. Right, another thing. Did the universe get put back? Because everything else was being erased. So the flux had already erased all of it, apart from the one point where they were. But you never saw... Oh, I certainly didn't. Maybe I was too busy staring at the wall because it would have been more interesting. But tell me if I'm wrong. You never saw the flux withdraw, put anything back, or you didn't see the flux sort of retract. They didn't show anything coming back. They didn't show the Earth coming back. They didn't show anything. So where was everything? Is it still done? They might do that in the next episode. I don't know. But it's just another unanswered question. Too many questions. Let's not even think about it. And finally, the biggest question: have they now retconned the Timeless Child? All we saw was a house. Old memories were in the house. And that's it. Nothing else was revealed to us. Everything was in black and white. We saw a house. We saw absolutely nothing else. So she didn't go in. She didn't think so. No questions to that. And then she puts the fob watch inside the TARDIS. And then the first line she said, she's like, "Oh yeah, keep it there where I can't find it until I need it." Now, is that Chibnall just messing with everyone, where he knows we hate it so much, so he's finally come to the to fruition that it is terrible. So he's dumping it in the TARDIS, but he's put in that last line just to mess with everyone to say, "Hey, I could take it out if I wanted to take it out, and I could reveal all this stuff about the Doctor, but I won't." I mean, I'd be really glad if it stays there because everyone will forget about it, and everyone knows it's not an official part of Doctor Who lore. So, who cares? If it's gone, it's gone. They might pull it out the barg. What's a barg? They might pull it out the bag in the last episode, but in the New Year's one. But I really, really hope they don't. I want that storyline to be erased from my memory with one of those Men in Black. You will forget all of the timeless charm. Thanks. Yeah. So overall, this episode was just horrendous. So much trying to be solved in such a short space of time. Over complications of everything. Little divisive plot lines to cover up all the holes in the rest of the plot. Just an absolute mess. So I've got it written down here, and I want to say this word for word, right? So this is my complete description of the finale. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't fun. It was a dull, complicated mess. And that is exactly what it was. That's what it was from my point of view. I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same. I would love to speak to someone that thinks completely different to me. I would honestly love to sit there, and I wouldn't have an argument with someone. I would honestly discuss and try and get to the bottom of how someone could like this episode of Doctor Who and why they would find it fun and why they wouldn't find it complicated. That would be an excellent conversation to have. But that's how I felt about it. So I'm going to give it 1 Cyberman, maybe even a half a Cyberman. I think half a Cyberman, yeah, out of 5. A terrible episode of Doctor Who. And overall, the Flux. There are a few parts when I thought this is going to get good. They can do something with this. They've got like one sort of overall arc with the Flux destroying everything. I think if you went more into those details, she could have gone onto planets that were being destroyed, and we could have seen the destruction more. And you could have done this so much better if someone would give you the Flux as an overall arc, and that's destructing the universe as your episodes go on. You should be made to feel like everything around the characters is crumbling around them as they're doing everything, and it would have made the threat more real. As it turns out, a guy can just hoover it up into his chest because his chest is made of infinite space or antimatter or whatever. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But anyway, yeah, the series has not been great. I mean, I'd say overall, I would give the series probably had some good parts, a little bit here and there. I'd probably give it a 2 out of 5 Cybermen, I would say. Definitely a forgettable season of Doctor Who. I don't think one that will be looked back on fondly. I would say as a series, I much preferred the first series of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor to this one. I didn't watch the last one. I will go back and watch it. But yeah, not great. And the only reason now I'm looking forward to the New Year's one is hopefully this is when we see the regeneration and we get a brand new Doctor, and we have Russell T Davies coming back, and I don't know what's going to go on. The show's a mess at the moment. It really is. The fandom's a mess. The show's a mess. The casting's a mess. It's all just an absolute mess. So I think the reason why Russell T Davies has been asked to come back is just to tie everything up and just do a hard reset, just as he did the first time. But I don't know. But anyway, let's not get down. It's cool. So yeah, the next one looks like Daleks, which is cool. I love the Daleks. So hopefully, Chibs can give us something good on the way out. I mean, highly unlikely, but it'll be nice. And I'd like to see Jodie Whittaker's regeneration and see how it's going to be drawn out. If it's a drawn out one like a Matt Smith one, or if it's going to be a real quick one. If the Doctor's just going to go, or is they going to spend the whole episode with the Doctor sort of regenerating and all that sort of stuff? I don't know. Is she even regenerating the next one? I don't know what's happening. But yes, thank you very much for watching. I will be doing the New Year's episode. I'll also be doing my own cover of the Doctor Who theme, uploading that because I'm a musician. I do loads of stuff as well, and I'm going to do that on all of my new videos for the new Doctor. Once we find out who they are, and I'm going to do loads of Doctor Who discussion stuff and all that as well. So I also do gaming stuff as well. I've just started playing Postal 2, so the first episode of that is on the channel. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll be doing those every week as well. And yeah, I've even though I haven't enjoyed it, I've actually really enjoyed watching Doctor Who week by week again. So yeah, it's awesome. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.